been said as of late, with the change in attitude of not only just the Trilogy, but of Ashton Spears in particular, that somehow, some way, that there is a monster that has been released inside of Ashton Spears. They give him this God complex, this thought that as far as wrestling, he is God there. Well, it's hard to say whether or not that's accurate or not. Not the God part. That's obviously true. I mean, look at the results. FTW Southern Heritage Heavyweight Champion. Of course, Trilogy Champion. You can't forget that one. And your newly crowned GCW, formerly hardcore champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that people have said has become a monster in this business, and not because of what he does in the ring. Well, so you get the idea. Ashton Spears.
Flip Jackson and GCW. I told you I was a vengeful God, didn't I? Your evil ways stopped us, and you took out an innocent non-athlete and made him tap out. Sean Crow did the impossible and took out my avenging angel, Josh Spartan.
Yeah, well, I got a broken watch that's right twice a day.
But you see, here's where it comes to pass. I told you I was a vengeful God. And right when you thought you had me gone, I give to you your newly crowned Trilogy Extreme Champion. Once, this was my most prized possession because it represented the evolution of Louisiana wrestling into the evolution of Louisiana sports entertainment. But you see, while this is still very important to me, it must take a sidestep for 1 second. After years of not becoming a heavyweight champion, full throttle wrestling, well, I got something for you in a second, so I'll just give this to Luke. And now, the most coveted prize that I possess is Flip Jackson, your brother's company, which I'm not signed to thanks to you. We'll never see this again.
We're gone.
We're gone, remember?
We agree. And you know what? It doesn't happen that often, but I think this time we'll make an exception. And we'll honor the request that was made in the ring. Even though there was no contract involved, you know what? We're going to go ahead and honor that.
So, Flip Jackson and GCW, if you ever want to see this again, come to Elton, Louisiana, because that's where I'll be defending it this Saturday night in full throttle wrestling. Speaking of, you see, they say the wrestling world is apathetic. But what they don't understand is apathy and evil, the two work hand in hand.
It's true.
Technically, they're the same, really. Evil will itself, and apathy allows it. See, I hate the innocent and defenseless most of all. But you see, apathy, he doesn't care as long as it's not personally inconvenienced. This Saturday night, thanks to Josh Spartan's injury, he cannot be there. But don't worry, your Messiah will not be alone. Nope. Once again, the Judas of GCW has been trucked in from Alabama. You know, as my dear good friend Trucker Jones would say, Why show tolerance and respect? Be a bully!
Why be a star when you can be a man?
Teddy, no, you bring in some unknown partner of yours. You put TK Riot and the Mexican Giant in front of me. TK Riot, I have beaten you so many times, it's boring. Mexican Giant, you're not even in my league. You remember Mid-South, don't you? And I don't even know who the other two people are. The only thing I know is that if I'm wrong, why am I holding this? I should not even have anything of Gulf Coast Wrestling, but Gulf Coast Wrestling, Full Throttle Wrestling, you're one and the same, really. You're blasphemers. If your God is real, let him strike me dead now. You see, this is my 7th title reign. And we all know 7 is the number of God. My next victims, Teddy, now, you're one of them. I will make you believe in me. Grizz, you touched him. You touched him. If it's the last thing I say and do, I will make you bow beneath my feet and show you why I am the Messiah, the Matt, your personal Jesus, your sports entertainment savior, Flip Jackson. If I'm not God, how come you won but yet lost? It is written, thus it shall happen. For a mighty man once said these words, but I guess I'll paraphrase them to make them make sense. Ask not what I can do for your wrestling company, but ask what your wrestling company can do for me. For Lucas gave his only begotten brother, that who shall ever believeth in me shall live and have everlasting life. GCW, Full Throttle Wrestling, this Saturday night. God's coming. I hope you're ready, for I am a vengeful God.
Call him a monster. There's a couple of people, one in particular, Flip Jackson. You need to be very, very careful with how you proceed. Because when you fight a monster like Ashton Spears, your sports entertainment savior, you need to make sure that in the process of trying to take him down, you don't become a monster yourself. Because when you look into the abyss looks back into you. FTW. See you Saturday. Because there ain't nothing left to say.